I wasn't born with a kwekwe, but I played football for so long. I started kind of noticing that it's there.
Yeah.
I'm Caputo now, but
No, because it was me. Put my head on the block. Put Tebo Homukwena against anyone. Put him at Real Madrid, though. Put Tebo Homukwena at Real Madrid.
Clip this, gents.
I was about to say.
I'm telling you.
I have never said this.
I've
never said this to Donald.
Yes.
Yeah. I really love you right now.
Yeah.
Is the only reason us as South Africans are only interested in the Club World Cup because we have Mamelodi Sundowns in it. Also considering the fact that they were the first African team to score in it.
The money thing, right? Sundowns has already made a huge sum. I'm sure you'd know the figure.
Oh, you know. How much are we talking again?
Are you saying this with... Can I just say, David is so excited like he's going to get a piece of that money.
I was going to say, how...
Like, you see, you don't know my relationship. Oh. Here's this child at class C. Unama Tom Kop class.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, go on. The
Wow.
whole
is this happening?
No. Stellenbosch. Keep going.
Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. It's the banter league. It's the banter league.
Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Onside. I'm not here alone. I'm with my boy Des Lee.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the one and only independent variable. Your mama's favorite boyfriend and your girlfriend's baby daddy. It's your boy Des Lee.
What? This is Banter League Onside by Fetu. We are all that intro confused our guest.
Is this
I'm trying to land here.
What show am I on?
Do you have an intro before we introduce you?
Yeah.
No, what do I need an intro for?
What's good, everybody?
Not a podcaster. Oh, you mean like my
intro?
artist
Yeah.
intro?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Donald, the one and only Mr. Red Mike himself.
There we go.
That's all.
That
I
should
guess
be
that's
your
the
intro.
Yeah, that should be your intro. Say
And
it
you can
everywhere
workshop
go.
it. You can give it some time, man.
Yeah, but intro where? I'm not a podcaster, gents.
Yeah, but you go on interviews.
Something.
I do what?
Do interviews.
Yeah, but when I do interviews, I don't have to like introduce myself. They introduce me. That's how it actually works, gents.
Anyway, guys.
Yeah. Now he's telling us. He's like,
So hold on.
don't know what you
Where
guys are
is
doing.
my intro? Who's introducing
I
me?
was about to, but then you got
scared.
Yo, what's good, everybody? He's a multi-platinum Afro soul and R&B singer-songwriter, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the one and only Donald.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's good? Thank you for joining us, brother.
Thank you for having me, man.
Off the stage, onto the pitch.
Let's
On
get
site.
it. I know.
Let's get
It's a little bit of, I don't know if I should call it. What should I call it?
Outside your scope.
Outside my scope, hanyani,
Mhm.
just in terms of speaking in front of the camera about this.
Yes.
But it's very familiar because I speak about this off camera every day.
All the
Oh,
time.
snap, for
I was
real.
shocked when I found out. Donald was a baller, but to me, I was like,
You're like, what is going on?
Imagine, umuntu ucula R&B, adlala ibhola.
So when am I going when I'm walking?
Nah, la makoki lawa forced, lawa.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm offended. I'm very offended.
No,
because
bruh.
actually mine are the real.
The
real ones.
They were made. I didn't have kwekwe's until I played football. Like
Yeah.
literally, because football does kind of does that to you a little bit.
And where'd you start playing?
I started playing when I was probably 8.
Oh, damn.
But I started playing seriously
Yeah.
from like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I went to trial for provincial for Northwest, I went
Yes.
to the trials for Northwest, and because how it actually works is that you get poached from the schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The schools. I'm sorry. Some scouts will come into the school, and then they'll choose some of the best players in the school, and then you go for trials for provincial, and then if you get in, you play for the Northwest team, or you play for the Limpopo team, or you understand.
Yeah.
So when I actually realized things was serious was when I got into the Northwest team.
You're like, I said, faga pagat.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You make it seem like Ingati
No, but
did me a favor.
any person who's born with a quack,
No,
He has
I'm
to be
saying-
that
He's
good.
even born.
No, I wasn't born with a kwekwe, but I played football for so long. I
Yeah.
started kind of noticing that it's there. Yeah.
No, jokes aside, man. We've had conversations about how much you've loved sports, and thank you so much once more
Yeah,
for
I love
joining us
football
today.
with all of my heart, man.
Yeah, for some people don't know, you even touch grounds there by vets.
Yeah, actually, without going too much into detail, my football career actually starts at Arcadia Shepherds, Pretoria. If you know development football, you know most of the guys come from Arcadia Shepherds, especially from the Pretoria side of things. So it starts there, Arcadia Shepherds under 15, under 17, and then when I went to tertiary, first year, played for Vets for 6 months, and then
I'm Caputo now, but
no, cause it was me, bro.
I fucked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what position did you?
And then I from Vets I went to Cosmos, and that's where Joma Cosmos. That's where everything ended. Under 19. Yeah.
Can I ask you something quickly before I ask you what I wanted to ask you?
Yeah.
Does Jomo really take you to?
Jomo's the one that selected me.
No. Like does Jomo take players
to
the river? No, Connie Ferguson.
I don't know.
What
is he talking about?
I heard
allegedly
somewhere in the street.
But also, what is no Connie Ferguson?
No,
What
it's
is
like
that?
the river.
The river. Connie Ferguson.
Maybe the Queen. I missed it.
Connie Ferguson, the river. Like, we
there was a
do
crossover
we know what
once.
we're talking about?
There was a crossover.
There was a crossover, but like
that validates my mistake.
He didn't do his research.
I meant to say
the river is
allegedly.
The river is Cindy Latu.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, jokes aside.
Yeah. By the way, Connie Ferguson is a really close friend of mine, or sister or auntie. So watch it.
Yeah, not negotiable Kings of Joburg. Me, I know Om. I know where Om blows. I can just
listen, I've never been so scared in my life.
Bring Om fast. So for a lot of people, viewers who your supporters, fans, and everyone across the world who follows David Donald. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
What position did you play in school? Like, obviously, didn't know.
Yeah, I played CDM.
I don't know why I thought either CDM or left back.
Yeah, I played
CDM.
Yeah.
So
you know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey man, listen, I don't know.
I'm not Robert Boy's right with Donald. I go Robert Boy. I
don't know if I'm here to speak.
No.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played CDM, man, for my whole career.
Yeah.
I do play center back now for the hip hop team. Mostly because we don't really have
R&B team.
There's no R&B team, my brother. How many R&B artists do you know from this country?
To be fair, we started
also,
in
just more, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I play center back now for the hip hop team.
Yeah.
But I'm a center midfielder.
Can I ask though? You said that your career ended at 19.
Under 19.
Under 19.
Joma Cosmos. Yeah.
Okay, cool. The way you said it was sounded so dramatic, like you had a life-changing injury or something. Because the way you said you're like, no, and my career ended.
So you probably you're a very analytical person, I think because I don't know how you were able to see that there was a groundbreaking moment there for me.
Yeah.
So the reason I ended at under 19, I mean, you can only imagine what happens to a young boy at 19 playing football. The next step is pro.
Yeah.
It's either you go play pro or you play Mvela, which was Mvela back then.
Yeah.
First division, or you quit. So I quit.
Right.
At under 19.
Oh,
because so when I would say as soon as I got to Joburg, when I started playing at Vets, I was also pushing this music thing at the same time.
Right.
Still kind of trying to figure myself. And then I met Malaika on my way to practice, actually, crazy.
Right.
I met Malaika at Carlton Center on my way to the Joma Cosmos practice. No, so I used to
get it.
What is going on with this guy? So I used to stay in Bram, and I would walk from Bram and like jog to training.
Yeah.
Do you know where the Joma Cosmos academy is now?
No.
What's it? Rosettenville. Yeah. So I would go from Bramfontein to Rosettenville. So I'd go past Carlton Center, and those who know back then, Carlton Center was really the place for us.
Yeah.
You know, young people, first years or in high school. That was a place. You go there and then you meet people. You know, if you're a guy, you want to meet girls. That was the place. So I went past at the Carlton Center and then I met Malaika, the group. For some reason, that day, they were having a meeting at McDonald's.
All right.
And they were huge.
How ironic, McDonald's.
Exactly. And then I decided to approach...
Yes,
and that's actually for the longest time I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
It was actually at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I went to them because I was just so starstruck. I was a huge fan, bro. I went to them and I told them I was a fan, and that I could sing. And they put me on the spot right there and asked me to sing for them. And
Damn.
Yep. And then I sang one of literally, bro. That moment, I'm telling you now, If that moment didn't happen, I don't think I'd
There'd
be
be
in the
no red
music
mic,
industry.
nothing.
I don't think I'd be in
Crazy.
yeah, because I sang for them and the superstars they were, bro, they lost it.
Yeah.
And literally made me their younger brother from that day on.
That's lovely. Did you end up going to practice though?
I did.
All right.
I did end up going to practice, but I knew that
This is your last time.
I think
kicking
this
ball.
football thing's not gonna it's not gonna survive.
Well, we are here today talking about
also,
football.
also, you know why, bro? Because I was already having those thoughts. Because what most people don't know, development football is very hard, bro. It is so hard, and there's so much politics. You know, people's fathers go there and really push for their sons
Yeah,
to go
100%.
forward. Where now you come all the way from where I come from. Nobody knows where I come
Carlton.
from. I'm from Manserre.
Who?
Don't do that thing.
I'm sorry.
Don't
but
do that thing.
Yeah,
You see what he's the way he's doing it?
Mahu?
You know these Jovic guys, eh?
Mahu about to be Don't want to talk about these, Kim Fitz.
Let's go, dog.
But first, I want the people at home to get to know you a little bit.
So.
So if you had to give me your 5-a-side, SA celeb
Celeb.
edition.
Like guys that are just famous.
Yeah. 5-a-side SA celeb edition.
Okay, from the guys that I know play because I play celeb football. Is that what you mean?
I mean,
Or-
it's up to you, my brother.
okay, cool.
It's your
So
5-a-side.
I would say, damn. Okay, that's interesting one. 5-a-side, I would say touchline.
Touchline umnandi.
Kholwa.
Yo.
I would say touchline. I would say Lindo.
No, positions. Okay, I'll go 5-a-side.
But 5-a-side.
just put it five, yeah. Anyway.
Lindo. Lindo would be in that 5-a-side.
Mm.
Celeb. Believe it or not, Dumim Kokstad.
Yeah.
Star.
Mara,
Really?
unenkinga nabo refu.
Eh,
Unenkinga
Kholwa.
nabo refu.
No, you guys only. You guys were not watching that tournament until you saw the controversy.
Yeah, but the controversy comes to us.
I know, but
Going to watch that.
Umnandi kakhulu dog. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's star. Yeah,
Yeah,
lazi
okay.
ball. Yeah, no, he's too good. Geez, who else, man? Who else? I'm trying to. It's a tough one. But in my own team, I would then say Boza.
Mm.
Boza also is a baller.
Yeah.
How many left now?
One more.
One more.
Casper.
Biliato.
Yeah.
Casper Balls.
What? Casper.
I'm
is
sure
he baller?
Casper today penalty shootout team
goal
Twitch.
What?
Really?
Bro, the top goal scorer on our team is Casper Nevest.
Udlala striker.
Yes.
Nothing I'm born.
He knows how to score. The only thing is, obviously, he's a little bit overweight now, and he knows that. That's just the only issue. So he's a little bit slow or whatever.
Yeah.
But Casper, for any team, dog, when he's fit, he'd be scoring every single game. He's probably scored in every single game that we've played in the
That's
past.
crazy.
Interesting. Now, second thing I wanted to ask you is, if you're to make a decision,
Yeah.
If you're to make a decision,
Yeah.
open for Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
or score the winning goal on FIFA World Cup final.
Like in
That's
real
a
time.
tough
In real time.
one.
Open for Michael Jackson, the late Michael Jackson, or score the winning goal.
I
in
love
the World
Michael
Cup final.
Jackson. People never remember the people that open for these artists. I'd rather score the final goal at the FIFA World Cup. What do you
Makes
mean?
Very good points.
Bro, over MJ and Fitz, as an artist, I feel like you must reconsider that Pendulo.
Nah, unless it's a different setup, not opening for him. Bro, most people never forget the opener, dog.
Always.
Ever.
I mean, so you never remember the opener. But if you score at the final
But it's Michael Jackson.
of World Cup,
But it's the World Cup.
wait, the World Cup is a different feeling, dog.
I'll tell you right now,
Dog,
bro.
let me tell you.
Michael Jackson was bigger than the World Cup.
Listen to me. This past World Cup, I
What?
think.
Yes.
What is he talking about?
Michael Jackson was bigger than the
Michael
World Cup.
Jackson was bigger than the World Cup.
Hey,
You know what the world
Listen,
means,
Do you
right?
understand that this man was known everywhere
Listen
and
to
there
me.
was
Hold
no
on, hold on,
internet?
hold on.
Who doesn't watch the...
Hold on. I understand where he's coming from. I won't lie. It's a tough one for me. Bro, Michael Jackson was big, dog.
But the
He
World
was
Cup,
bigger than you think.
then the World Cup.
Yes.
Listen, he was bigger than what you think he was. Like, I know you probably have an idea of how big Michael Jackson
Yeah.
was, but you actually don't know.
That movie is a thriller, trust me.
He was a, yeah.
That part.
He was a, you know, when we knew a figure, how someone could be a figure. Like someone where you don't even think they exist.
Yeah.
Just know about them. Just know there's a Michael Jackson.
Just
You
know
don't- like he was different, bro.
He was different.
Yeah, and people used to people. Oh no! Oh no!
Spela nengaga.
Oh no! That's crazy.
I noticed your hangers.
That's nuts.
They're plastic hangers.
There's no Sundowns anyway.
There is.
Nyana ya FIFA Club World Cup nyana mo itikingi. Zaka nyana.
Yeah, but also,
Get it right.
Also, I know David, ne? But you see what football does. I've never.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Listen, I know David, ne? I don't think I've. Let me tell you, the effect that football has on us. I've never seen David behave this way.
No, I've seen him.
I know this man. I've known him many years.
It's a couple of millions nyana
put on the floor,
from yesterday's game nyana.
Put on the floor.
Yeah, but listen, let's not disrespect Kaizer Chiefs, please. Not in my presence.
I have a lot of respect for the institution.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
I question
That's
I
enough.
question the current team.
Let's not go
But
there.
David, now I agree because Kaizer
Also-
Chiefs is a
Don't do. Yo, can you just relax? Also,
But get top 8 plus 1.
also,
Oh.
D, you're gonna need to be nice because I'm a real Kaizer Chiefs fan. And right now, as we speak, on Twitter, I'm being had by my own team's fans
Yeah.
and Orlando Pirates fans and other fans who hate this team are coming at me because I'm a football lover. So yesterday I tweeted that my prediction is the Sundowns is gonna get to the final of the Club World Cup. I said that. No, relax. But relax. That's my prediction.
Right.
From my knowledge of football.
over Bayern Munich.
Yes, over everyone.
Over Man City.
Over PSG, over all these teams.
Yes.
I believe that right now, and I know this is not an opinion anyone wants to hear, but it's my opinion.
Especially because I hate watchers.
I know football, dog. And I'm telling you right now, just because you don't expect it to happen doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
It won't.
Look,
It's because you guys I hate watching.
this
can
guy
only wait and
understands
see.
marketing.
Yeah.
You know his controversy. We get him clout.
we can only wait. Also, you don't believe it, David.
Finally, winning.
Yeah, I say final.
Wait,
No. I'm not
I
saying
love
winning.
my team.
No, I'm
I
not
love
saying
my team.
No, but I didn't.
Finally 10-0 already.
David, I didn't listen. David, I didn't say winning.
Yeah. Oh,
I
final.
said this
Final.
team is going to be in the final
But they
with
won't win in
whatever
the final.
team. It could be there
So
with
let me say this, Nate.
Bro.
I want to
that
believe.
to be true. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
with
Yeah.
all my heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hope it happens. I hope we blow people's minds and move and just keep on moving. You know, when this luck is on your side.
Here's another thing that I also have a problem with South Africans. We actually do not believe in ourselves at all. We are so
Pirates and Chiefs fans hate watching.
No, listen to me.
Everyone was watching out of hate.
Bro, let me tell you something. I always say, and I know it sounds so crazy to a lot of people because we're not. Bro, look at Ngezana right now at the level where he's playing. Everyone in South Africa used to call that guy Nkomo. But he's playing against some of the best teams in the. I'm saying right now, put my head on the block. Put Teboho Mokoena against anyone. Put him at Real Madrid, dog. Put Teboho Mokoena at Real Madrid.
Clip this, gents.
I was about to say.
I'm telling you.
I have never said this.
I'm telling
I've
you.
never said this to Donald.
Yes.
I really love you right now.
Yeah.
Right now,
welcome.
I'm in love.
Speaking of
with
love,
You're welcome.
I'm in love.
Speaking of love,
You're welcome.
David, you've joined us with this beautiful design shirt that we
Yeah,
we don't know how we feel about design, but
no.
let's talk about the club.
I also don't
Let's
know.
talk about the club.
Look, the design is nice.
I mean, I'm allowed to hate.
No,
Don't hate. Don't hate. You're not in the
Just,
Club
just
World
say
Cup.
you don't understand art.
No.
Just say art is abstract.
It's the same thing with the PSL trophy. You don't understand
It looks
art.
like a
Hold on,
coffee
gents.
spills on
What
this.
is David doing here?
No, you're gonna find out.
You're gonna find
I
out.
want to ask you something.
Yeah, okay, I'm shining on your shine. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
No,
it's fine.
But
Okay.
at least I told you I love it.
No, I like the fact that this is Chiefs and Sundowns rivalry. So I want to know. Yesterday they played their first match. Anything you want to add to that?
Look, you know what? That game would have ended 3-0 if it was a South African game. That much we know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would have been a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
If the game was played at FNB Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we're on a world stage. You have to appreciate what's
Yes.
happening all over in that stage, and we did the best we could.
Yeah.
But it was like we were playing a mid-table team.
Like this one.
It felt like
Yeah.
So I think it's just the guys are still kind of trying to find their footing. Their confidence is slightly low because they're now in a different level, and also they know the whole world is watching. Because remember, Club World Cup has happened
whole
before.
world, I man.
No, listen.
Oh, David. Oh,
Can you just
do not
listen to me?
No, but I must interject, my
Okay,
brother.
sure. I'm saying, I'm not
He
finished.
said
But I'm
the whole world is
Can I
watching.
land?
It's me, I'm like,
No, listen.
Okay, Prince.
It's a Club World Cup.
Prince,
So I'm saying. I was gonna say.
Yes,
Let me land
because
it. Let me land it. So I was gonna say, the Club World Cup has always happened, but it's never received this much attention.
Why do you
I
think
believe
that
this
is?
is the first time.
Can I disagree with you?
Oh, so you think Club World Cup has been as popular as it is right now?
Let's be honest.
Nah,
That's
not true.
Let's be honest. Like, what do you think about this Club World Cup?
It's
In
terrible.
terms of the magnitude, what we were sold and what we are receiving.
Let me just say this. It's playing at a country that's going through all sorts of challenges right now. Let's take that box. It's an important box to tick.
Refugees.
It's a country that currently they are dealing with their own internal politics.
100%.
So they're not happy with themselves.
I don't think the host is good.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we're playing in a country that is already
Justifiable, yeah.
the US is suffering in some states more than 50% drop in tourism.
Yeah.
They're already having their own
They're
problems
kind of-
before this tournament
Yes.
starts. And all of us here can agree that US is not a big soccer nation.
Absolutely
That's
not.
true.
Well,
People
they call
go
it
there to
soccer. The
retire.
rest of the world calls it
100%.
football.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So already we're dealing with that.
We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
the
we are
marketing, is good though.
We are watching.
The
Yeah.
marketing. Hence, you were saying what we were sold and versus what we are
Yeah.
actually getting.
Yeah.
Most of us are watching. I probably personally, I wasn't really watching the Club World Cup until
So
now.
for a lot of fans, feel like Des is gonna jump on. For a lot of
go
fans, obviously we know how much money is going
Jeez.
on here.
Yeah.
So
A
that's
lot
why I'm
more
saying budget marketing is over corner fair.
Oh, yeah.
It's
There's
over
a whole lot
corner
more.
budget
Yeah.
marketing.
So can I ask then? Can I ask then? Is the only reason us as South Africans are only interested in the Club World Cup because we have Mamelodi Sundowns in it? Also considering the fact that they were the first African team to score in it.
I don't
I'm
think-
thinking, would we be watching if we didn't have that representation?
I think we'll still be watching. I think South Africans don't really care as much as they should about Sundowns.
Right,
They
right.
actually should. Like, all South Africans should be behind this team,
Yeah.
but they're not. Instead, there's just too much hate and too much banter.
hate?
No,
Yes,
hold
yes.
on, bro. This is the
I'll react
only
to that as
South African team we have representing us on the world stage.
100%.
And I'm gonna say this is one of those tournaments where a player can be seen
and be out.
how good it and be out of here and
Yeah.
go play for Bayern.
Absolutely.
You understand?
And those players know that.
They know that.
They know the world
do.
is watching. If you noticed, even the president of FIFA was at Sundowns' game.
Every
Yeah.
single bro.
You see, and that's really what's happening now.
Yeah.
And also
we
South
used to
Africa.
watch. We used to
Also
watch
South Africa.
Roberto Baggio back in those
Yes,
days.
100%.
We used to the hand of God. Some of us saw that moment.
Yeah.
And South Africa was far from
My
participating
brother, let me
in
tell
those
you.
tournaments.
Can I just
100%.
add? Also, this is South African time in general.
No, we're winning everything.
Like no, our marketing is going crazy right now.
Yo, 100%.
Also,
Of course.
So this is another thing we're not even realizing. We are now, bro. We have the opportunity to be such a big player in the world,
Right.
just across, whether in music, in football, in athletics.
You
So
name it.
this is the moment where someone like, I'm gonna say it again, Teboho Mokoena can play for a big team and he can become a really huge player.
So now going to the game itself, I don't know if you guys stayed up for that
I did.
hour
I
and
did.
the hour
I
extra.
did.
It's supposed
I saw all of it.
Mara
Yeah.
bafika on Zame Stadium.
No, it was not them, Mr. Weather. There's nothing. There's,
We are paying.
where was Pirates then?
No, he's just here to hate.
Watching.
Ungathi uya toilet wakhipha la.
How did you feel about the
Ungathi
game?
uyakhipha la.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about the game?
Look, it was and Donald is right. There were nerves. The team had nerves.
100%.
In the beginning, but it was a typical Sundowns game if you think about it.
Yeah, 100%.
It was a 67% ball possession type of game. It was really like playing a local team.
Yeah, true.
We played. It was a slow tempo.
Yeah.
We controlled the game. We had lots of passes. It was a typical Sundowns game. I'm looking forward as a true Sundowns fan to see the guys struggle.
Yes.
And so we
I want them
find
to
the
be
best
under
of them.
pressure.
You
I
see
want
what I
them-
mean?
Well,
I'm looking forward to
out
that
of them
game.
with the pressure.
I'm looking forward to
like
that game.
Bayern Munich. with
No,
the-
not even you're going too far.
I'm going
Dortmund now.
Yeah,
It's
now.
Dortmund.
The next
You're playing
game.
against Dortmund, my boy.
No, well,
And
but
that's a big deal.
their game was half.
Dortmund is
Thank
not a
you.
big
That's
that
my
game was
point.
half.
And I said this on the last
that game
episode.
was
I'm
half.
like, watching Dortmund
If
play is
they
disgusting.
play the way they just did now, they
Dortmund is not a great team.
But
no,
they are.
but the game they just played.
Oh yeah, no.
The game they just played.
course.
If they play like that,
It's gonna be rough.
But you know what I think, man? I think
I think we need a guy who will comment
also,
on this.
Can I
No,
also,
no, no.
But
Wait
can I,
till-
can I,
wait till
but can I
comfortable.
also say, just also as a football,
George, now talk about-
as a football lover, ne?
Bangkatelezi.
as a football lover, I think a lot of us football lovers have a problem of we just because something is from Europe, we think it's just better. We have forgotten that even the local Brazilian league
Yes.
is actually has amazing players. We just don't know because we don't even watch that league, right?
100%.
So a lot of the Brazilian teams are gonna shock us.
That's true. 100%.
Because now it's us against, you understand? And that's why I believe with Sundowns against any team, it's not going to be a walk in the park, my boy.
Can I just ask?
You understand?
Yeah.
As a Paganeer. You must always boost the claim.
As a
Can I ask as a
Paganeer?
Paganeer?
Can I ask as a Paganeer? Since now we are watching these matches at home,
That's all
With
you'll
hate
ever
in
do.
your heart.
agreed, so.
Yes.
And to David, to Donald's comment, sorry, Donald's
Don't
comment.
worry, I love him.
Yeah, we'd say he believes that they'll reach the final. So you as a huge diehard Mamelodi Sundowns fan, how do you see Mamelodi Sundowns matching up with teams like your Bayern Munich, Man City? If the road is gonna be like that along the way, what are the expectations for the team? Would you be okay if they get knocked out by Man City or Bayern as compared to a Plymouth or
I would be more accepting of losing against
Man City.
the top 5 teams in the
Yeah.
world. I would be more accepting.
Yeah. Of course.
Because you only really know how good you are when you play against teams like that. And the tempo sometimes tends to scare me.
Yeah.
But Sundowns likes a slow game. And when I watch some of these guys, like, I'm not sure we can run that fast.
Yeah.
I'm already nervous. But I'm looking forward to those games.
100%.
I really wish that we go through this stage and go to the knockouts.
Yeah.
And then
And
we
then see
we
what
get to
happens from
see
there.
what really happens.
Yeah.
Because remember also, big game temperament is something that Sundowns struggles with once in a while.
Okay.
So I want to see those moments
I like that
really
word.
show up, and then we get to see what this Sundowns is really prepared for this moment. But this moment is a moment that
This is
tends
the
to
moment.
bring up
Some of the
underdogs, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
No, I totally respect it, and I feel like I want to discuss the money issue because we said George, but what's happened?
George, about
The money thing, right? Sundowns has already made a huge sum. I'm sure you'd know the
Oh,
figure.
you know.
How much are we talking again?
Are you saying this with
Can I just say, David is so excited, like he's gonna get a piece of that money.
I was gonna say how, like,
You see, you don't know my relationship. I lie.
they've already made tons of money.
You want me to show you the numbers in my
Please,
book?
Yes.
and call them actually. While we're here.
Hey man, it could be anywhere. Hey man, listen, Patrice could be in there.
So,
Show you the numbers.
Don't call the numbers.
what is taking
Yeah.
the numbers? Do you think Patrice is gonna say, boys, take the money, or the boys is gonna go towards the team itself? Because already, after one game, the amount of money they've made, he can
Knowing
it's too much money.
Sundowns, he probably would give them the money.
They'll buy Neymar.
Yeah.
Wow.
They can afford it. They can afford it.
But in all fairness, Downs will definitely share with the players and the teams. That is not something that we even think about at all. But this places Downs on a completely different level to the rest of the teams. And I don't know if you're aware of this. When Sundowns played, when Messi was playing at FNB Stadium, on that day I was in the stands.
I was there too.
And our president, the president at the time, he was chairman.
With Barcelona, right?
He was Barcelona. He gave your team chairman money. Maybe he might do that.
Maybe he might do that.
He might say, do you know what, for the greater good, let us share the spoils with the rest. On that day, he gave a Kaiser Mtaung, I think, 10 million rands or 5 million rands or so. Do you know, just as a sign of gratitude for his contribution to soccer and all of that. But I always say, and this is a statement I always say when we talk Sundowns and other South African teams, we must never assume the other owners are poor.
Yeah.
They are not they may not be as rich as Patrice, but we must never ever assume that they're poor.
That's true.
I mean, I always say, if I gave you 100 million and I took 100 million, what you do with it, what I do with it is going to be very different.
So you guys are finally gonna buy a stadium?
It's not
What
a.
is he talking about?
No.
we're not allowed
He
to
wants
do
us. He
this
wants us.
thing here.
And he's a Pirate fan. I don't know where they train. Do you know where you guys train? Do you want to talk about that?
Wait, mina in the
just
stadium,
say like a
message
park
Orlando.
somewhere.
In the stadium, message Orlando. You guys
I don't like
It belongs
it.
to
You play in a
government.
park.
It belongs to government.
It's not yours. Just
So
like
I'm
everyone
I'm a
else.
Chiefs fan, but I'm not into the whole Benta culture thing.
Funda la
It's just
papalina,
like-
ngicwazi
Can-
ukufunda njani.
Yeah.
Papalina.
Benta league inside.
Thank
Yeah, but nah.
After
That's not the reason why I'm
watching
here.
this,
I'm here to
I
teach.
had to adjust my mind.
Yeah. I see.
you came to
No, I can see the behavior. I don't know this guy.
Yeah. You see, he doesn't doesn't even know this side. I had to adjust.
I don't know
my
this
mind.
guy.
No,
So you know what I think? I think just to add to that, I think I would be so happy if he shares the money with the players.
Yeah.
I think the more money these boys are making, the more confident they are,
100%.
the best we're gonna see them. I think someone like Khuliso Mudau is probably, in my opinion, one of the best right backs in the world. But we can only see that when he's really feeling like
He's better than Hakimi.
But also, bro, like football, just like let me tell you, bro.
I said what I said.
Football, just like anything.
I said what I said.
When you have the extra confidence, you can do anything.
On
So
the
money
day.
doesn't change players. You know,
On the
experience
day.
watching
Yeah,
football
on the
for a
day.
very long time. A lot of players have signed for Mamelodi Sundowns. You know, we're talking about big transfers and people getting paid a lot. Don't you feel somehow that sometimes the money does get into their heads? Have you experienced a player where the money got to their head and the lifestyle changes and that the performance on the pitch changes?
Conquer every week.
Every week.
Look, that used to happen a lot in soccer. But the level of the game, as they call it, the modern game, is so different that the
Very.
players, the discipline is just as important.
100%.
You remember that small little indiscretion by what's his name? Who had to be sold? How can I Jali?
Yes.
You remember that tiny little indiscretion?
Engane.
And other players at Sundowns, they can see doing this is a problem. Of
course.
I don't think the current players are likely to do that.
100%.
There's a lot to lose, man. There's way too
Can I
much
also
to lose.
just say, can I get our new star boy from Pirates?
Relevance.
Under normal circumstances, Relevance should be already out of control.
Yes.
With the level of fame and the level
The clout,
where he's got, like, because Relevance is mirroring. I mean, his career is a mirror of people like Bocha Bupule,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Junior Kanye. Like,
Absolutely.
he's a star like
Absolutely.
that. He should be all over these clubs with these baddies, spending this money. But if you can check, no, relax. Doesn't mean, bro. Listen. Also,
Yeah, nah,
No, but drop
why?
us someone off.
Yeah. Also, no, but
And a
also
couple of bottles here and
what's
there.
wrong with the boys once in a while going out and getting a drink
it.
and just having
That's
fun,
it.
bro? Let them have a good time.
Yeah.
Mbappe and them go out. They also do go to the club sometimes.
Before
they also
finals even.
go to the NBA finals courtside. Just let the boys have a good time and be superstars, bro. Football,
Did you know he played soccer?
Yeah,
of course, he knows. He knows everything
No,
about
this
it.
guy is was a star player. Could have easily ended up
Easily.
playing for the biggest teams in the country.
So let me tell you
No,
something.
you know what
let me
happened? You know what
mention
happened?
something that's
No,
gonna shock you. Let me mention something that's gonna shock
He
you.
went to a game.
I'd say,
Let him land.
He doesn't trust himself
Yeah.
like Pirates. Like
I wanna shock you.
I'd say,
Can I shock you?
You can
Yo,
talk.
can I shock you? Can I shock you?
Yes,
You know
sure.
Katla Hompela? Killer. He was my teammate at Cosmos. I played with Katla Hompela.
So before a match,
In the same team.
before a match, someone said break your leg.
Oh.
My boy.
Yeah. How?
Nazi ngithathela abantu like a pirate fan.
Oh my God.
I'm bitter as a Pirates fan,
Yeah,
but I'm
no, I
happy
hear
to
you.
see Africa doing absolutely amazing. And I know Sundowns is going to represent. Obviously, Chiefs fans are going to act like they are supporting you guys, but
Act like I'm not acting, bro. I'm on the fire right now.
Yeah.
because I said Sundowns is
No,
gonna go
100%.
far. I'm on the fire. People are like, bro, bang Tuga,
yeah.
and I'm taking it.
I don't
Because-
understand though, but why so much hate?
No, man,
because they're mad.
Do you know, Mina, if it was Pirates, I would support. I'd be supporting it.
course.
100%.
Because I'm a soccer fan before I'm a Sundowns fan.
100%.
I
And I
think-
just happened to be born Kokasi,
Yeah.
Mamelodi, and so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
So I had no choice in terms of the team that I had to support.
Yeah,
I
100%.
grew up seeing Abo Bennett Masinga literally around us.
I think
So
South
I had
Africans.
no choice on the matter.
I think South Africans take banter too far.
You reckon?
And it becomes
But it's
too
club
personal at some
rivalry.
point. At some point, it becomes too. No, but we need to know where we are positioning our club rivalry. Pirates and Sundowns and Stellenbosch are not playing at the Club World Cup, my brother.
Yeah.
We
good
only
reason.
have Sundowns.
Africa
Literally.
is playing at the
That's
Club
the,
World Cup.
that's
that's
the
what I'm
only
saying,
mention of our country
Mara,
is
mina-
with
mina-
Ireland and
Nah, I don't think sometimes Gunzima to congratulate Sundowns on everything they've won because
Because
in
they
the last
win
10
everything.
years, dog, like, dog.
That's right.
I
Yeah,
bet
but it's
like,
good.
it's just you.
Yeah, that is
But
Okay.
can I say
all
that,
right,
Prince?
all
You
right.
should learn from
No,
it.
no, no. I told him this before. Here's this child at Lasin. Kunama Tom Kop kule class.
Pirates.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah, go on. The
Wow.
whole, the whole,
Wow, is this happening?
no,
Stellenbosch.
keep going.
What's that one?
Keep
That
going.
What that's the ones that had to drop out. What was that one?
All of them.
Royally Air.
Royally Air.
Keep
I'm
going.
gonna walk out of this show.
I'm
walking out, James. I'm about to walk out.
In this class.
Let him land.
In this
Let him
class, ne? Lontwana, usmart. Namathisha bakhuluma ngayo.
Distinctions.
Good, yeah, there's this kid, man, in my class. And kunamatomko. Bayakopisa, batshontshe homework. And then guess what happens? Guess what happens?
What is going on here?
Guess what happens? No, I need to complete this thought.
Yes.
They blame this child for
being
the problem in that class.
For being great, yeah.
But this boy is a problem. But no,
Yeah.
you know those
course, it's
problems.
just hate.
And the worst part is he increases the class average.
Dude.
Hence he goes to the Club World Cup and
Yep.
everyone is still hating.
Let me teach you on averages. There's if in this group, the three of us had 10 rand and one of us had 1 billion.
The average changes.
The average changes dramatically.
Yep.
When they talk about us, they'll say, "Hey, those rich guys."
As a
That
collective.
time it's
As a
only
collective.
one guy and 4.
There's only one guy with 1 billion. The rest are broke.
Yeah.
So the thing of blaming Sundowns for the performance, for its own performance, is unfounded. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we
if you
just-
think about it,
Yep.
look at how Bafana Bafana has become since Sundowns has performed the way
I
it
agree,
does.
man.
Look at how the standard of our soccer has improved.
Say no
Look at
more.
how standard, Abo Stellenbosch, Abo Pirates,
Yeah.
and now they're competing in the rest of the world. Look at the quality of the coaches that South Africa is producing now because of this.
Say no
you
more.
can't blame Sundowns.
No, absolutely not.
Flourisher, because also
Makes
in the
no
Bafana
sense.
Bafana squad, there's like less Kaizer Chiefs players. Like it's the team that really,
So
really.
I'm thinking, like, can you just say something serious for once? Just like,
No, he's actually serious.
I'm being serious.
Nah,
How many Chiefs players in Bafana Bafana?
no. So you're saying if Chiefs players are part of the Bafana's not gonna do well.
Yes.
Just because we're going through.
That's why they're
what
not there,
listen,
brother.
That's why. Just because the team is going through what it's going through doesn't negate what that team is. That team deserves nothing but respect.
Are we talking from a legacy perspective?
No. In general, if Kaizer Chiefs is all the way outside of the PSL, the PSL is going down.
Huh?
No, and I agree.
What are
No,
we
I
talking
fully
about?
agree.
Oh,
What?
okay.
That's
I fully
still,
agree.
that's still the biggest brand in South African
Brand.
Yes,
let
of
me
course.
say this.
But there's a reason.
No, man. No.
There's something called history.
Let me say this very
Teams
clearly.
a lot of teams are still trying to catch up to the things that we've won. We're still the most, well, not in the league,
Number 9.
but in general,
No.
we're still the most. No,
So, let me tell you.
in general, we're still the most successful team in South Africa. Am I wrong? Am I lying?
100%.
lying.
Here's an interesting statistics that talks about a country that has the biggest soccer fans, the most number of people with the most passion for soccer and no other sports. South Africa is number 1.
It is.
Not
Do
number
you know
2,
why?
not number 3, number 1.
Kaizer
Because of
Chiefs.
Chiefs and Pirates.
100%.
Yes.
You have to give full credit
100%.
to what Bra Ivy or Dr. Ivan.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Please, let's
Right.
fix that.
Right.
Yeah, you have to say
sorry.
it right.
Yeah.
And Dr. Kaiser Mtau.
Yep.
You have to give respect for what they've created.
Yeah.
I
They've
agree,
built amazing institutions under some of the most difficult circumstances.
100%.
If indeed they were not as strong and so willing to continue with what they're doing, they would have given up a long time ago. Because everything said this should not happen. But it did. And they've built some of the most biggest brands with the most loyal fans.
100%.
You guys perform nonsense. Chiefs performs nonsense.
Yep.
But the fans
But the
continue
fans
to love
continue
them
to
with
love
all
the
their
team.
heart.
This is why
out,
even
Jess.
with Chiefs specifically with
Ladies and
Chiefs.
gentlemen,
Oh.
Abu David.
Davida.
Sorry, man. This is your show. I'm
You made
so
this.
sorry.
You made this nice, man. I enjoyed this. I like
Because we won last night.
100%. Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns.
Please
Wishing
hang the
them
shirt.
all the
Can we
best
get
of
the
luck.
shirt hanged?
Kabuyelo.
Aight,
Can we
baby.
hang our shirts, please?
This is you. This one can be hanged.
No, it can't be hanged. Can we hang our shirt, please?
All right. So,
I'm happy to leave it here.
Yes, thank you.
A week or two.
No. A week
leave
or
it here
two.
until the.
I have a ritual. When my team plays, I have to wear the
Yeah, make sure that
Yeah,
people can see it. Make sure the camera sees that iconic
Askies.
T-shirt, please.
George, you have something
No,
you
it was
want
hot.
to teach us?
There was a segment we didn't plan for.
Right.
I could see another side of Donald today. I'm sure you saw it too.
Donald almost kicked you.
Yeah, and I'm sure he almost left the studio because I'm
Yeah.
like, Utile Benta League. George, thank you so much for fetching Tata David for us.
Yeah.
You did the most. We needed a representative. Mfana kanti kwenzakalani? When last were you on top of a table?
Kana. No. Hey, wait. Who's won the league the last 8 years?
Okay, George. Okay.
How many league titles do you have?
Okay, George.
You have the same as me.
Let's talk about it.
You have the same
Let's
as
talk
me.
about it. Let's talk about it, please. Please, let's talk about it.
looking for a star.
You have the same as me.
I was looking for a star.
So Des doesn't even know that star. Look at him. How
Des,
long
what's your team?
before Des was born?
Sundowns, oh.
But don't blame me for when I was born.
Dave said we were watching Bopaji and Des said, yeah.
Where are you watching Mopaji?
I was not born.
I'm not very sure.
It's not my fault. Don't hate me because I'm youthful nigga shit. Like I was just born.
But yeah, George, you caught us while we were touching on the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
It's a lot that's happening. From your perspective, are you finding that African clubs are shining? Are they not shining? Do you think we can progress? Jokes aside, I think Mama Sanas is going to do very, very well. But from your perspective, I want to know Man City.
Yeah.
I think the score right
Do you know
now.
what the odds are?
I'm
50. It's a game playing right now.
55, yeah, playing right now.
We
Yeah.
did 1-0 overseas to City.
Okay.
And Madrid is playing Al Hilal. Today at 9.
Okay.
So African Giants are out here doing the
Hey, Al
most.
Hilal is not African.
Yeah,
Al Hilal
absolutely.
is
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
get there some by
I was just drinking my Betway. Where do I get involved?
talk to me, boy.
No, I think what's interesting about the Club World Cup, honestly, is that, all of these clubs are big where they come from.
100%.
All of these clubs are the thing. You look at your Mamelodi Sundowns, you look at those. In Africa, we're huge.
Yep.
But then now, when you have to go play against the world, how do you react? Do you play your football? Do you defend? Do you sit back? How do you
How do you
adjust? Because I heard you guys speaking about the previous Club World Cups. Don't forget that had 6 teams, and the European team used to get dropped into the semis or the final.
Yeah.
So by the time you go play them, you've had to play 2 or 3 rounds to get to them. So it was always skewed that way. So now what's nice about this
The
tournament,
tournament is different.
yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns can go and beat Ulsan.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That's 3 points. Dortmund can go and draw.
They pitched them in HD.
Come on, that's a good one.
Is that part of
Dave
your
just-
set for tonight? Hey,
But
just asking.
okay, but George, can I ask you?
I thought being here with my brothers, I'll get the love I deserve.
No,
wow.
No, my man. No.
No, can I just say? No, my brother, you in denial.
Nah, no, nyavano. I catch a lot
George,
of train.
can I ask you then? Right now, let's say Mamelodi Sundowns was not part of this thing.
Yeah.
Do you think this Club World Cup is interesting? Do you like it?
Africans.
No, yeah, I'm gonna say okay.
Yeah.
We can put it because I don't know how to separate this question. But just in general, what are your feelings towards the Club World Cup?
Yeah, Bora.
Is it
Humanati.
good?
Whoa.
Is it worth like just
Do you watch the World Cup?
yes?
When last was Zim minute?
Don't talk about that.
Your Honor, how's that relevant?
No, it's relevant in this way. We watch the World Cup when our teams are not there. Surely we'd still be excited
still
to
be
watch for Manchester
Yeah, of
City
course.
and those guys play
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So I think the only misstep is that it's hosted in America.
And you know what I think, bro? I honestly think this specific tournament needs to be bigger than the Champions League. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because the Champions League is so, I mean, it's about UEFA, yes, I know. But it's not the world, but yet it's the biggest competition in the world.
Yeah.
I think the world competition should be the most important competition.
Yeah.
So if these guys do a good job in terms of everything else, like making sure we get the right host country, the right everything, this could potentially be a really, really very, very important competition in the future.
I totally agree, man.
But
Because I mean,
correct
it's in the name, Club World Cup.
Yeah,
So I think-
and we get to
I think
see
it should
some
be
of the
bigger.
best guys from
And
different
talent as
parts-
well.
Yeah,
And
all
People
over
we
the
haven't
world.
seen play in a while. I was watching Di Maria, Sergio Ramos last night at the goal, and I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
dope.
like it felt good to see these guys play.
With like the 3 fans also there.
Which defense?
In the stadium.
Don't worry
no,
about
but
that
there's
thing.
so much happening. Do you know that
Don't worry about that thing.
there were strikes in MLS
What's that?
before the season ended? Because
What?
there were
They were, yeah.
the ICE agents, the immigration agents were stationed at the stadiums. So their biggest people who watch football are Latinos, and they were getting deported
Can I just
from.
say, didn't they say
That's
that LA
crazy.
team, LA
Yeah.
actually stopped playing at
Yeah.
some point?
Yeah.
You see what,
Because of that.
There's a lot happening in
So
America,
sometimes
bro.
it's not even that people don't want to go. There are people who would go normally,
But-
you're afraid to get
they don't have
sent
the
home.
documents.
Speaking about that, then, so since now this is Club World Cup, what about the actual
The actual
World
one.
Cup.
World Cup?
What about it?
Next year.
Yeah, but that's countries. Yeah, what?
Well, it's a good dress rehearsal.
That's happening in the US too.
Yeah, it's a good dress rehearsal.
want to do like
They're
a
gonna-
halftime
It's a
show.
good dress rehearsal.
Yeah, they're going to learn a lot
They're
about
trying to see
America,
how best
yeah.
they're gonna actually maneuver the thing next year.
And I hope they have buy-in, because I think the other thing is.
But hold on, sorry,
Club
can
World
I
Cup,
just, isn't it USA and Canada together?
Yeah, it's
think-
USA,
yeah,
Canada,
Canada,
Mexico.
Mexico.
But
Yeah.
they
But
wanna
we
host
already
a
know
couple.
where them.
The main.
Yeah.
No, but I was going to say it's a good dress rehearsal to see what's going to happen next year. But remember also, the problem they're having is you're trying to convince Americans to watch football. There's no
Which they call
buy-in.
it
Soccer.
So you need to do a little bit better with the buy-in from the NFLs, the
Got you.
NBAs.
Got you.
Get Drake to perform. We've been saying.
They're not
No,
gonna
But is the Thames? Come on, Thames.
The
On what
Thames
Thames?
perform
On what
when?
Thames? Thames is going to
What do you
perform
mean
in the... Oh, wow.
I'm just asking. It's a valid question.
I thought Drake was gonna perform this time around.
No.
because
Makes sense why
they
Drake
had.
should perform.
Yeah, man.
They did the three. I forgot the other two, but Thames is one of the performers. I said
When?
Drake, me for the final.
Super Bowl. But they probably got-
not Donald.
Yeah, trust me.
Trust me.
Trust me. Boy. And that time, imagine with Sundowns in the finals. It's over, my boy. Over the moon.
Guys, imagine this: Donald performing opening in the World Cup 2026.
Go.
Angiyayibona.
That'd be great. We are born in the
Angiyayibona. Angikuthi, ngiyamanifesta. The same way I don't believe in Sundowns. I'm trying to learn.
Okay.
I'm
I'm glad. Learn to believe in your own,
I'm
please.
believing in my own. Gents, isikhathi siyavaya.
No, can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
What did you want to teach us today also?
Oh, you guys are talking about money again.
Yes.
Okay, so a big thing is financial fair play.
In the
Do you want to have the conversation?
please
Teach us, my
indulge.
brother.
Okay.
Teach us.
Let me see.
Enlighten us.
Because
you came here with your
Financial
I
fair
don't
play.
know.
Financial fair play.
Yes.
Okay, so there's been a big discussion about Mamelodi Sundowns. Obviously, they're going to win all this money.
Yes.
But a lot of what has happened in the country is that we've spoken about how Tate Motsepe has spent so much cash. And it's been suggested that maybe the best way to stop everything, to help the other teams out, is to introduce something called financial fair play.
Okay.
So I've got a little bit of a demonstration just to make sure that we know what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Because when we talk about financial fair play, go PSL, we always think of it like this. Imagine Kopiano Hub. Bare lona badi Porsche, badi Lambo, badi what. Halisatla. We're closing you guys out. You're not allowed to come in. And the idea would be that Des would be able to get to sign Bougie finally. Because there'd be no competition, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I mean,
So that is what we think financial fair play is, punishing the really rich teams so that the smaller teams can come in and do something, right? So then there's two particular problems with this issue over here. No, it gets worse.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so there's two problems here. Now, what financial fair play actually is you're only allowed to spend what you make. So it would be like Piano Hub asking you to come in pay slip. You have to show a pay slip that you're working, and you can't bring in any other illegal monies, right? But the big issue is that if you stop Ntate Motsepe, right, he's got enough connections to go out, guys, and make money.
Yeah.
More people will probably want to work with him because obviously he's the big guy. But then the big issue is also that Des doesn't afford to get into Piano Hub.
Facts.
He sells weed on the side. And because he sells weed on the side, this money doesn't count towards him getting in there. So you're also killing Des because he wouldn't in any case be able to do that.
Yeah.
Now, what that means is the owners, the PSL owners, also put in a lot of money into their teams. Dave was here speaking about how some of the owners are super rich. They're the ones funding their teams from their pockets. So if you close down Tate Motsepe, the Lambo guy, if you close him down, you also close down every other club that is in SA that is run by the teams, because there's no clubs in SA that make money.
Okay. So if I become a PSL owner, can I talk to Pasan Bougie?
Well, Des will have to do that. He'll have to tell you. One of the big problems also, just to close it off, what they found, the problem with financial fair play is that in England, they realized that these guys, the owners were coming in and they were going, you know what, Des is my friend. He owns a $1 billion company. Des comes and sponsors me for 100 million. You get a normal sponsorship, same thing for 10. So they found that the owners were cheating the system in any case, which goes back to this point where,
Connections.
so even if you were to close for Ntate Motsepe, it wouldn't work because they just carry on doing whatever they're doing. So this is why financial fair play within the context of South Africa doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Hold on, sorry. Okay,
Give him
let's
that
flip it
for
up. But
education.
I've got many questions.
Okay,
Yes.
go.
We have time for 2.
Who
I'm being honest though. How?
is this a real official like concept that exists?
Yeah.
Financial fair play.
Yes.
Banombosa and Bougie.
In a South African
Oh,
context.
this is the you came up with this version
Isibonelo.
of how it actually so that we understand better.
Yeah, because once you
my
have
days.
there, sign bougie,
Yeah,
pay
it's
sleep,
'cause
zahlangane, but
our last time Bougie.
This can relate. This can
guys
relate.
can relate. Got kicked out of pen up so many times.
You got kicked out.
Yeah, because I couldn't be at science table.
Damn, bro.
It's fine.
Tough.
No. What were you
Tell
doing
me
at
your number
science
one.
table?
Bofunan is
What were you doing at
Usain.
science table?
science table. Are you friends with science?
No,
Love of my life.
Zwile.
She doesn't know that.
She does know that.
At this point, she does.
I've said this in every episode.
Actually, you got kicked out because
That's
someone actually said you acting bougie. Wait.
Aye.
Wow.
Why can't do so? So, George, hey, you finally taught us something about football. For those who didn't know, but see, football for dummies, right?
Football for
Football
dummies.
for dummies.
Football for dummies. Donald Mfethu, we chatted today.
We did.
There's so many things we want to talk about. Transfer window in
Yeah.
England, the Premier League, what's happening in the Premier League, the fixtures were released. But you've made the episode fire, my brother.
Hey man, listen. As long as the people are gonna be happy with what they see, that's all that matters.
George,
It's about the
Kaizer
people.
Chiefs.
You know, Pana, forever, for life. Ska worry about bona.
Senshana matafula.
Don't worry about it.
Senshana
Don't worry
matafula.
about it. Don't worry about it.
Brother, we've had so much fun. We
Yes,
enjoyed
sir.
it. I feel like time literally flew
Yep.
while you were here.
Yeah, it
but
wasn't enough.
into that main camera or your other camera there, tell the people what you're busy with, what you're up to,
Yeah.
what they can expect from you, where can we see you, where can we go watch you, etc., etc.
Yeah, man. What I'm busy with, a lot. I'm about to drop one of the biggest songs of 2025 called "Take Your Time" with the young boys Makosi and Mawelele. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, man. So I'm about to go on a campaign of bringing South Africans together. So you see, my job is to remind South Africans that we can love each other. Because I know as South Africans we love to just hate on each other for whatever reason.
100%.
So my job is always just a reminder of, we can actually be together and sing together and dance together and drink together and go to the stadium together. We can do everything together. So this song, that's what really it's about. And I think the next couple of months will be mostly about that. I'm going to need you guys to do a TikTok with me when we're done here now before we leave.
Bruh, shout out.
And then, what am I working on? Hey, man, listen. This is the first time I'm actually announcing this.
exclusive.
It's a big one.
On site.
It's a big one. It's a big one. 2026, 7 Feb, on my birthday. I'm doing the 10-year anniversary Red Mic experience.
Yeah.
Never be offside, stay on site.
Details will come out as probably in the next couple of months. But yeah, I'm doing a one-man show. Very important because in 2016, I did the Red Mic experience, and I think Red Mic experience have become so iconic, and it deserves a celebration because it's been 10 years. It's so crazy that time.
Our camera crews asked for tickets. They whispered,
James, come on. The tickets are not even, bro, we're nowhere close. But I'll remember. Yeah, ngizokhumbula, gents, we'll see what we do,
No problem.
10 years ago, what were you doing?
Yeah,
I
2016.
was like 13, bro.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
What? You're 2K,
Nigga,
bro.
I was at Carnival City doing a one-man show.
Damn.
Actually, in fact, I was the first secular artist in South Africa to do Carnival City one-man show. Now everybody does shows at Carnival City.
Yeah.
There's secular, 10 marks.
I was in puberty.
You know what that means?
What does it
secular.
mean?
Listen, this has been Outside the Banter League.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Taros.
Fetu, we had so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. And remember that this whole episode is sponsored by Betway. Get way more, bet responsibly, and not for people under the age of 18. And winners, please do know when to stop. George?
Oh, nakim man. Well done to Sundowns.
Yep.
Hopefully they keep that flag flying high. Chiefs,
We're coming.
Pirates, we're on a second star next
No, it's
season.
okay. It's okay.
God bless and goodbye. Danko means thank you. Chilas panchiring. Enda.
That's something.
Empty must lenda le.
Emhlabeni kaJehova subscribe nina futhi nibabi if ubheke le channel for 10 minutes longer and subscribe umubi dog. That's why bakuchithela ngoba awuna commitment. Unama commitment issues. Subscribe lapho. Ngeke sizwe ngakho.
What's up, man? It's Cutaway. Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. Onside the banter league.